Hello, welcome to spring orientation at UA Little Rock. We are going to get started here in about 8 minutes. My name is Emily. I'm here with Kayla. We are here in the Donahue Student Center. We are very excited to have our first virtual spring orientation. You're going to hear lots of good information today about financial aid, student accounts. You're going to hear from representatives from each one of our colleges. We've got some great breakout sessions. I've got 3 of our amazing orientation leaders here with me. I've got Maggie behind the camera, Kayla right here. I've got Bree upstairs waiting. We're going to take a walking tour here in a second. So give us a few minutes and we will get started. We're here in front of our beautiful DSC Christmas tree. It's an annual tradition. The wonderful folks of the Donahue Student Center get that put up. We're going to do a quick tour of the Donahue Student Center when we get started, but we are very excited that everybody is here for virtual orientation. Again, my name is Emily. This is Kayla.
Can't wait to meet you guys.
Yeah.
Can't wait to talk to you guys.
They are going to give you some great perspectives about what it's like to be a student here on campus. Give them a little sneak peek, Kayla, about what they're going to see on campus from you guys.
So we're going to talk a little bit about student experience, and then, like Emily said, financial aid, all the awesome.
Are y'all going to take them to the new Starbucks?
Oh yeah, definitely. We have to take them to the new Starbucks because it's like the best selling point right now.
Yeah. We're going to tell you about how you can get one of these new Trojan masks that we have so that you'll be safe whenever you come on campus in the spring. When do classes start in spring?
January 19th.
Yes, but the one thing that we do want you to know is campus is still open right now. So finals have kind of started here on campus. We're kind of winding down the fall semester, but campus is actually open until December 21st. So that's December 21st. We will have representatives on campus who can help you get ready for the spring semester. And then we're back on January the 4th. So it's January 4th. Offices will be open here on campus, and we can help you make sure that you are ready for the spring semester. Okay, classes start January 19th, but that gives you almost 2 full weeks to get everything wrapped up and ready for the spring semester so that you feel like you are ready to go. Financial aid, student accounts, bookstore. We're going to talk about bookstore in a second. We're going to talk about getting your student ID, parking pass, all of that good stuff. Okay, so we're going to get started here in about 5 minutes. But again, spring orientation at UA Little Rock. My name's Emily. I'm here with Kayla. We got Maggie behind the phone. We got Bree upstairs. We are very excited. How many people are with us, Maggie? 4. We are so excited. So excited. I'm smiling. You just can't see it.
Oh, and as far as like living situation,
Absolutely.
if you're a new student, a freshman student, you'll probably be living in the West Hall dorms, which I'm pretty sure Maggie, I, and Bree have all lived in West Hall dorms. Very awesome, very cool. There are about 3 or 4 other living residences on campus, which you can choose to stay in north, south, east, and village. Yeah, make sure that we're here to help you get everything filled out, get situated for next semester. So I hope to see you guys all.
You got your shopping done? Making your plans? Checking your list? Checking it twice? Making your list? Checking it twice? Is that how the song goes? Come on, Kate. You're supposed to know this stuff. And we are going to share some information today about financial aid, student accounts, advising. Advising is important. You've got to do advising every semester, making sure that you get onboarded and get enrolled for the spring semester. So we've got a few minutes left and we're going to get started.
Love how accessible everything is on campus.
Yeah.
Like, it takes a minute to learn the layout, but once you do, you can find out your shortcuts, you know where it is. And every time I walk on campus, I have a good time. It's just it's a very pretty campus. I love walking here. I love being here.
What do you like about being in Little Rock? It's a lot to do.
There is a lot to do.
Maybe not right now because we're
Not
trying
right
to
now.
socially distance and do the things.
But even with socially distancing, there's still like parks and hiking, and there are a lot of socially distanced activities that you can do.
Yeah.
You just have to find them.
Pinnacle Mountain's great.
Pinnacle Mountain.
The River Market. There's lots of good restaurants, even if you can do the takeaway, the dine out stuff. Lots of good
It's
locally
even
owned.
nice to just go, like, I went to a vegan restaurant the other day with takeout and dining in, and it was still nice to go to.
Yeah, lots of really good options if you have different preferences is what I'll say.
Yeah, if you have different dietary restrictions, preferences, anything, there are plenty of great places to eat here.
Yeah.
So you should never be worried about getting food because you can.
So where's your favorite place to eat on campus?
Subconnection.
Y'all love Subconnection.
It's the best.
So Subconnection's in the engineering building.
Yes.
So we're going to talk some more about dining options on campus. Another popular one is the Wow Cafe, which is up by the residential facilities.
So it's the closest to you, and most students end up going there. They also open sometimes on Sundays. I believe. So
wings, quesadillas, chicken strips.
Tenders, all of
Can't
it.
beat that, right? Everybody loves a good chicken strip.
They also have a Beyond Burger, so they also have good options for people with dietary restrictions.
Oh, that's great. Always good to consider that. Okay, Maggie, how many people we got? Still 4? Yes. Okay, we're getting close to getting started. Got about 2 minutes left. Can y'all hear us good? Do we need to speak louder? We're in an echo chamber right here. We've got a very tall ceiling right above us, so we want to make sure that we are speaking loud enough for you all to hear us. And if at any time, you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat box. And we've got somebody there behind the scenes who is answering questions, can share contact information with you. We want to make sure that if you have any questions, any concerns about starting classes in the spring semester, that by the end of this virtual orientation, you have those answered. If you need to get connected with financial aid, you need to get connected with an advisor, with a faculty member, we will make sure that you get that done by the end of orientation. Okay, so we've got 1 more minute before we get started. Again, my name's Emily, and I'm here with Kayla. We're here at the Donahue Student Center at the University of Arkansas at Little Rock for virtual spring orientation. And we are about to get started, and we're going to talk about all the cool stuff that we've got going on, COVID restrictions that we'll have for the spring semester, important reminders, important dates. And we're going to take a little walking tour from the DSC to the Student Services Center so that you'll know where admissions, financial aid, and records are, because the university is currently open. You can come to campus and get business taken care of. We'll be here until December 21st. So that's 12/21. We'll have people on campus who can help you. And then we'll be back after the winter holidays on January 4th. So if you need to come to campus and see somebody, we're here and we'd be happy to see your shining face and make sure that you get everything taken care of. Okay, we ready to rock and roll? All right, let's go, Kayla. So welcome to spring orientation at UA Little Rock. My name is Emily. I'm the director of the Trojan Transition and Assistance Center. This is Kayla. She's one of our orientation leaders and works at our Ask UA Little Rock desk, and we're going to walk that way here in just a second. So the first thing is we just want to make sure that any questions that you have today get answered. If you drop them in the chat box, Leah and Jen are up in our TTAC office, making sure that any questions that you have answered or you have asked get answered today. Anything that you need to get started for the spring 2021 semester are answered. We are so excited for 2020 to be over. I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. Kayla feels that way. Maggie feels that way. We are ready for a new year. So we want to make sure that you are successful in starting your journey here at UA Little Rock.
And safe.
And safe, of course. So one of the things that you will need to be successful is your student ID. So right now we are in the first floor of the Donahue Student Center. You can't miss it, right? There's a big sign that says campus ID cards made here. Can you see the sign, Maggie? I'm going to steal their sign. Okay. So in order to get your student ID card, you need to be enrolled in at least 1 hour. Okay. Bring another form of identification, driver's license, state ID, something that shows that you are who you are. And the nice folks here at the DSC information desk will take your picture and get your student ID card for you. Now, first one is free. If you lose it, we don't lose it. Second one is $15. Third one, also $15. Fourth one, also $15. I've known some students who have gone through the 5th and the 6th one. So keep your student ID, it's very important. Gets you into the residence halls, has your meal plan on it. Library, gets you into the basketball games for free and gets you a hot dog. Lots of positive things that go with the student ID. Okay, so while we're over here, we're gonna talk a little bit about health services. So health services is provided to you as part of your tuition include package, and it is a full health clinic here on campus. So really important right now is if you need health screenings, flu, strep, birth control, they provide all of those wraparound services right here. Now, if you need to see health services, right now, the best thing to do is to call 569-3188. So that's 569-3188. Website is ualr.edu/health. So on that website, you'll find a comprehensive list of all of our COVID policies and procedures and things that we are doing as a campus to make sure that you are safe as a student. Okay, that also provides information about testing that we are doing on campus for COVID. Okay, so again, this is a free service that is provided to you as a student, so you want to take advantage of it. Okay, so Kayla, I'm going to pass it to you. Talk about where students need to get parking passes, because you do not want to get a parking ticket when you're a UA Literate student.
Definitely. So as far as parking passes go, I know because of COVID-19, we have done that online, correct? So you can go to the UALR New Students website, and then you can find the form to fill out for your parking pass, and they'll get that to you as soon as they can. I know when most students moved on campus this semester, we got a welcome packet, and if you paid for your parking pass before the deadline, you got everything you needed inside of that. So just don't forget to fill out the form, make sure you have everything squared away. But as far as that goes, getting your parking pass is so easy.
So easy. We have a great Department of Public Safety, and they are full-fledged police officers, right? So they are on campus 24/7, 365, making sure that campus is as safe as possible. And so if you have any issues with your parking pass, just let us know. You can always contact the Trojan Transition and Assistance Center at 569-3000. So that's 569-3000, or at ask@ualr.edu. So that's ask@ualr.edu. And I've got great people who are working to answer the phones and to answer the emails, and they will get any questions that you have answered, including how to get my parking permit. Okay, bookstore time. You ready to go? Let's go to the bookstore. So bookstore is also in the bottom floor of the Donahue Student Center. Bookstores, of course, where you can get your books for classes. But Ms. Brenda and her folks also have all of the UA Literate and Trojan flag that you could possibly want. Kayla and Maggie said it was really important to pay attention for clearance sales, because that's when you can get really good deals on your UA Literate gear. But they also have really good gifts. So the most important thing that you need to know about the bookstore is that they will price match. Price match Amazon, price match anybody that you can find, and bring them that receipt and they will get you fixed up. You can also order your books online for pickup and for shipping, okay? So if you need to talk to the bookstore, 569-3245, okay? Bookstore, bottom floor of the Donahue Student Center, okay? Now, here comes the fun part, y'all. We're gonna go upstairs. We're gonna see what's going on. Okay, I'll see you after, So again, we just want to welcome everybody to virtual orientation here at UA Literate. My name is Emily. I'm the director of the Trojan Transition and Assistance Center. We're going to kind of out the morning and the welcome, provide some reminders of some dates and important things that you need to complete before classes start on January 4th. So behind us, Maggie, I don't know if you can see that very well, is our Student Services Center. So this is where student accounts, admissions, financial aid, and records all are. So we're going to get over there in just a second and show you how to get checked in. But we were going to have a session with them here in about 20 minutes where you can ask any questions you have about financial aid, getting advised, and getting your payment plan set up, okay? Classes start on January the 19th, but campus is open here until December 21st, and then we open again on January 4th. So if you need to come to campus to get business taken care of, please do. We're happy to get you taken care of. You don't have to handle all of your business virtually or over the phone. If you want to, we're happy to get you fixed up, but we are here if you need to come see a person. All right, next flight of stairs. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna come upstairs and see a few more of our offices that are in the Donahue Student Center. Well, look who I see, Maggie. Hey, Bree, what's up? Bree, what you got?
So here, this is our Student Experience Center. You're here able to join different organizations here. Even if you don't know what organization is best for you, they can find one. They also lead different virtual activities like karaoke night, paint night, and they even provide different supplies for you. But here is the place for student experience.
So why should students get involved on campus?
Because you're able to meet new people, get different activities, and it's just learning new things about campus. And I feel like the best thing is to get involved, meet people, learn new things, and we're able to learn it here.
Yeah, so Student Experience here have lots of fun things going on. We partner with them for Welcome Week. So the first week of classes, again, classes start January 19th. We're gonna have some virtual programs. They'll have some events where you can pick up supplies here and do them at home or do them in your residence hall room. So let's drop the link, Leah and Jen, for Welcome Week.
You're
Lots of
also able to win prizes for some of the activities that you're doing, even if it's virtual, in person. Before COVID, we were able to do things, but you're able to win different prizes. So I think this is a good opportunity. And they're even having a breakout session later today. So.
Yes, so definitely check it out. Dr. Phillips and her group are going to have a breakout session about the Student Experience Center and the Multicultural Center. Okay, Bree, let's go to the Ask Desk and the Donaldson Student Services Center. Okay, Maggie, we're going to walk a little bit ahead of us. Okay, Bree. So how long have you been a student here at UALR?
I am a sophomore, so this is my second year here.
Okay, so since you're fairly new to UALR, what is the biggest piece of advice that you would give a new student who is coming here in the spring?
So I say get involved. I said the easiest thing to do is become involved, meet new people. I decided to become a orientation leader, and I was given opportunities like working at our Ask Desk and meeting new people and new students like Maggie and Kayla. So that's really nice.
Sorry, y'all. Maggie just ran into the door frame because she was walking backwards filming us. So excuse our laugh. She's doing a great job. Okay, so here we are in the Donaldson Student Services Center, and we're going to pan behind us and see the Ask Desk. And there's Leslie and Kayla. So this is where you come to check in for admissions, financial aid, and records and registration. So if you have a question about something, not sure where you're supposed to go, this is a good place to start. We're always happy to help you find your next step. But if you need to see financial aid, if you need to see admissions, if you need to see records, come to us, okay? And then, like I said, you can always call 569-3000 or email ask@ualr.edu. Okay, Kayla, what else is important about this building? Talk about our friends downstairs.
Okay, so downstairs we have our cashier's office where you can come to pay any of your holds on your account, pay your tuition, anything like that, which you can also do through your boss account. And then we also have counseling services downstairs as well, which is very important. And it's good to know that as a student, I think you get 10 free sessions with them. And they're very helpful. I know a lot of people that go to them for anything, not just school related. And then upstairs up here, we have advising on the third floor and testing services on the third floor.
Yep.
So keep that in mind. I think the advisors on the third floor are for freshmen, which is
which are these folks right
yes.
here. So in the business session that's coming up right after this, Dr. Samantha DeVilbiss is going to be here to talk a lot about the Trojan Advising and Support Center. So she'll show more information about how you can get connected with your academic advisor. And then also Amy Fretz, who is our bursar, is going to talk a lot more about making sure that you've got your payment plan set up, which is what you referred to in BOSS, to make sure that you are ready to go for the spring semester. Okay, when do classes start?
Classes start January 19th, but campus opens January 4th for you to get all of your stuff taken care of before you start classes.
Yeah, so make sure that you're aware that we're here from now until December 21st. There are staff on campus. You want to take a campus tour, we've got our amazing recruiters here that you've probably met and worked with. They're happy to show you around campus. It's been a pretty nice week. So come and visit campus, kind of see where the buildings are. We do that in a very socially distanced and safe fashion. We also have staff here if you need help with your financial aid, you need help with advising, you need help with student accounts. come and visit with us, okay? We're here till December 21st. We open again on January 4th. You can also get your student ID taken and walk away with it if you're registered for 1 hour of class. Remember, that's the key with that. You can also get your parking pass. What else are we forgetting? Parking pass, payment plan, student ID, enroll for classes.
It might not be a bad idea to go ahead and come up here and see financial aid just
Yeah.
to talk about your scholarships, because it's never too early to make sure all of your scholarships have went through, or
Yeah.
that you've been accepted.
And then starting thinking about renewal requirements
Yes.
too, because you want to make sure that you're keeping your scholarships year to year. Okay. And then you can start thinking about the fun stuff that Bree talked about, is getting engaged with Welcome Week, getting involved on campus, and knowing that we are all here to support you. And we're so excited that you're here with us for spring 2021. Okay, Maggie, let's show them one more view of the desk. Let them see Leslie's beautiful face. Let her wave. Let Bree and Vicky wave. This is where you can check in for help if you have any questions. We're on the second floor of the Donaldson Student Services Center here at UA Little Rock. Ask at ualr.edu 569-3000. We are so excited to have everybody here with us for virtual spring orientation here at UA Little Rock. So hold tight. We're about to hear a virtual welcome from our amazing Chancellor, Dr. Christina Drale. And then we're going to head to a business session with financial aid, advising, and student accounts. And remember, if you have any questions throughout the day, drop them in the chat box. We will make sure that your questions get answered and that you feel safe and you feel confident starting classes here in the spring. Again, my name's Emily, and I will see you here in about 2 minutes. Okay?
Thank you, Emily. Okay, everybody. My name is Leah Ford, and I am the Ask Desk coordinator here at UA Little Rock. And you just saw my Ask Desk, so that's where we're at. That's our main welcome area. Basically, like Emily said, you know, we are the main connection between the Ask Desk to the business offices. So financial aid, admissions, records and registration, all of those types of things. You would come to the Ask Desk like you just saw and see us there. So we're super excited to have you guys with us for orientation. And like Emily said, we're going to show a video, a little welcome from our chancellor. So if you give me just a second, we will get this started. Let me share my screen. All right, can everybody see my screen? Nod your head yes if you can see my screen. Perfect.
Welcome, new students. I'm Christy Drale, Chancellor of UA Little Rock, and I'm pleased to join you in celebrating your virtual new student convocation. An academic convocation is typically a traditional ceremony that brings members of the Academy together to recognize something special. In this case, that something special is the beginning of your academic journey at the University of Arkansas at Little Rock. Since we couldn't gather together in person this fall, we've decided to come to you from locations all around campus so you can begin to feel at home. I'm standing in the Ottenheimer Library in the center of campus. I think this is a place that you'll be getting to know rather well, and the library staff is eager to meet you. You'll meet other members of the faculty and staff in these convocation videos, and I hope you'll take the opportunity to meet them in person in the coming months. I'd like to say a few words about what you can expect during your time here. As you might guess, the college experience is about learning new things, meeting new people, and having the opportunity to gain new experiences. But it also fundamentally is about transformation. You should expect to be changed by your experiences here. Changed in terms of what you know about the world, and changed in terms of your skills and abilities to encounter the world. You'll develop new discipline, training your brain for agility and strength the way you would train for athletic competition. Your college experience will ultimately empower you to be the author of your own success story. And you've made a good beginning to that story by choosing to go to college. The faculty and staff of UA Little Rock are here to help you reach your goals. We are dedicated to providing the education, the services, and the experiences you will need to be successful. It is our responsibility to engage you in the process of becoming your best self, but we will also challenge you to push beyond what you thought you could do, to stick with it. We are here to provide opportunities, but we will also challenge you to seize those opportunities and make the most of them. This is a partnership, and we all have to do our part. As we continue with the celebration of your new beginning, I'd like to leave you with one final thought. The most important transformation you'll experience in college is finding your own truth. And by that, I mean knowing who you are and what is important in the world. Find what is worthy of your life's pursuit. Even if you change directions, change majors, change yourself even. It's all part of the process of discovering what matters. And that is the ultimate transformational experience. I look forward to seeing you on campus this fall, and I wish you all great adventures in the days ahead.
Okay, so that was our video with the chancellor. So let me get my video going.
Welcome. I'm Ann Bain, Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost at the University of Arkansas at Little Rock. I'm standing in our newest building on campus, the Wingate Center of Art and Design.
Okay, is everybody still there? All right, so that was a welcome from our chancellor and a little bit of a welcome from our provost. And so now we're going to pass it over to Emily again, and she's going to run a little bit of our business panel with some of the offices that we were talking about earlier. So I'm going to hand it over to Emily Bell, and she's going to be with you guys for this part. Okay. Hello, sorry for the technical difficulty, everybody. I see my friend, Dr. Samantha DeVilbus, and my friend, Amy Fretz. Mr. Coleman, are you here as well?
I am here.
Hi, good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. Okay, so right now we are gonna talk about our 3 business offices. So these are 3 very important individuals that are gonna give you some great information about advising financial aid and student accounts. So business offices, I'm going to kind of go in order. Dr. DeVilbus, I'm going to start with you. Then Jonathan, I'm going to jump to you. And then Amy, I'm going to let you come in at the end so that we can kind of go in chronological order. So, and if we need to have stops for questions, y'all just drop the questions in the box and we'll make sure that anything that you have gets answered. If we need to pause, I'll be watching those, and I've got 2 folks behind me who are also watching, and we will let them address your questions directly. So, Dr. DeVilbus, I get admitted to campus. I've got all my documentation ready. How do I connect with my advisor as both a brand new freshman and as a transfer student? And then do I need to make you a host so you can share and do anything?
No, I'm just going to go ahead and talk, and then I can throw links in later if we have some questions where that might tie in. So yeah, the fun thing is, since we have students here who are probably first-year students as well as transfer students, the process might look a little different for each of you individually. And so we like to make it pretty easy on you in the fact that your advisor should actually just reach out to you. So the most important thing that you can make sure that you do is that you're answering the phone if you're seeing calls from UA Little Rock, that you're checking your voice messages just to see if an advisor called you and left you a voicemail, but also that you're checking your email address. And so definitely once you log into your UALR email address, checking that regularly, but advisors should also be emailing your personal email for that first contact as well, because we know students might not always have figured out how to get into their UA Little Rock email. But so definitely make sure that you're checking your email. It is really important to get connected to your advisor. Your advisor is the person who's going to help you make sure that you're meeting your academic goals. So obviously you're coming here to UA Little Rock because you've picked something that you want to study, you have some goals that you're trying to achieve. And so your advisors, they're going to work to learn more about what it is that you're trying to do, what major it is you want. If you're undecided, they're going to talk to you about what your interests, your skills, your values are to help get you into the right major. And then they're going to help to make sure that you stay on track. So figuring out what is an on-time graduation for you. So it might be that you're trying to graduate in 4 years. You could be a transfer student who wants to graduate in 2, or you might be working, taking care of a family. And so you might be looking at maybe 6 years to graduate, which is perfectly fine too. So you just want to make sure that your advisor knows that so they can help you set up an academic plan, figuring out which classes are offered in which semester, how they're offered so that they can fit your schedule and get you graduated with that degree when you want to. And so that's why advising is required every semester here, because we know it's really important that you stay on track. And one of those elements, I'm sure you'll hear about it a little more when we get to the financial aid portion of this, is that if you get too far off track and take too many credit hours, you lose the ability to get federal financial aid. And we certainly don't want that to happen for anybody. So it's really important that we help you stay on track toward meeting your goals. So like I said, the most important thing is making sure you're paying attention to your phone and your emails for outreach from advisors. But then I'll go ahead and throw into the chat a phone number and an email that you can reach out to. If you haven't heard from anybody, you're not sure what your next steps are, we can help get you connected with your advisor as well. So Emily, any questions so far, or should we go ahead and move on?
I don't see any questions. I just think that the one thing that you have said, and that I'm sure Amy and Jonathan will both say, and that faculty members would say, and that everybody on our campus would say, is make sure that you're staying in touch with your UALR email. That is where you'll get all official communication from the university. There are ways that you, of course, can get that forwarded to a personal email, but you will get a ton of crucial information directly to your UALR email address from our marketing and communications area, from, of course, advising, financial aid, the bursar, and then once you get enrolled in your classes, from your faculty members. So that is something that I don't think we can say enough as a university, is that it's essential to check your email. So no, Sam, we don't have any questions for you. Does anybody have any questions for Dr. DeVilbiss? Okay. All right. So after we've gotten all of our classes set up, we've gotten registered, we need to make sure that we've got our financial aid in place and all of our documents submitted so that we can pay for our classes. Mr. Coleman, can you talk to us about financial aid and scholarships, please? And then any last minute stuff that these students will need to have in place, and know that we've reiterated throughout the welcome that our offices are open until December 21st, and then we open again in January 4th, and that we're available to help both in person and virtually. So I'm gonna let you take it from there.
All right, thank you, Emily. Like she said, my name is Jonathan Coleman. I am the Director of Financial Aid and Scholarships here at UA Little Rock. And I think the first thing I want to mention real quick is it's important to go ahead and get your documents submitted. Get your FAFSA submitted if you haven't already done it. FAFSA.gov, you can go ahead and do it now. It comes to us automatically as long as you use our school code. UA Little Rock school code is 001101. Please get that done. If we need anything else from you, we will start reaching out to you as soon as we receive your FAFSA. We usually get it within 48 hours of you submitting it. For institutional scholarships, one thing that we're doing that's really cool is you don't have to fill out a specific application for our scholarships. Once you apply for admission, we're going to pull that data out of your application, and we'll determine what scholarships you're eligible for. If you have a good ACT score, if your transfer GPA is high enough, we're going to match you to the most lucrative scholarship that we have, and we'll send you an email with instructions on how to accept that scholarship. We have a lot of different scholarships. We have 24 institutional scholarships. We have hundreds of foundation scholarships that are provided by donors from around the community. Let's see what else. Emily did say that we are Right now, we are meeting with students any way that the student wants to meet with us. We'll meet with a student in person. We're here 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, up until the 21st. We will answer your phone calls. We will also do virtual meetings with you. We have a link on our website, ualr.edu/financial aid. You can go to that website and you can sign up for a virtual meeting, and one of our financial aid advisors will meet with you virtually. They'll walk you all the way through a FAFSA if that's what you need help with. We can get you with one of our part of our scholarship team if you want to talk to them about scholarships. We're here to help you. We're here to help you through the process of financial aid, and we're here to make sure you have that aid to get you all the way through.
Okay, perfect. Any questions about financial aid? If you have a specific question about your account, we'll probably have to get somebody in Mr. Coleman's office to follow up with you directly. But if you have a general question about financial aid, feel free to drop it in the box. If you have a specific question about your account, if you will just let us know, and then we can make sure that he or somebody in his office follows up with you.
And I will add, once you get access to your boss account, there is a financial aid checklist that you'll have access to. That's going to tell you every single document that you need to provide to us. And it's going to tell you yes or no, do we have it? Once we receive it, it'll update from no to yes. So you can track that constantly, 24/7. You can always access that and get updates.
You want those green check marks, those
Absolutely.
green yeses. Okay, perfect. All right, I don't see any questions. So, Ms. Fretz, we're coming to you.
All right.
Amy Fretz is our bursar here on campus, and she's going to talk to us about making sure that your student account is paid and that you are in good standing. And then sometimes she issues refunds from her office. So,
Sometimes.
Amy, the floor is yours.
Okay, I am going to go ahead and share my screen just because I do. Well, welcome, everybody. My name, as Emily said, is Amy Fretz. I am the bursar here at UA Little Rock. Most people say, what the heck is a bursar? So I do have a couple of slides that I want to show you so you can screenshot them or take a picture of them. Gives you some contact information for us, as well as some really, really important dates, one in particular.
You're co-host now, so you should be able to do that.
Okay, so let's see if I can do this without giving you a bunch of stuff that you don't want. Let's see here. Okay, can everybody see maybe?
Yes, ma'am. I can.
Okay. Okay, so what the heck is a bursar? So the bursar's office does include both the cashier's office and student accounts. I think Emily had said earlier a little bit about, the cashier's is where you can go and pay your bill or ask some questions. They're kind of like tier 1 customer service. They're not going to be able to get real deep into your account, but they'll be able to answer some questions about your payment plan. You can set a payment plan up with them. You can go to their window and ask basic questions or make payments. Then there's a student accounts office where we have representatives that can really dive a little deeper into your account and help you. And what account I'm talking about is my office. Most students have a love-hate relationship with the bursar's office, and that's because we are the ones that charge you for tuition and fees. However, we're also the ones that make sure you get your refunds. So that's where people love us. But this just tells you where we're located. We are in that Student Services Center building on the first floor, and there's our phone number and emails. So let's talk quickly about, and I think this is important, the date that I want to really bring to your attention right now is January 25th, 2021. So we know that classes begin on the 19th. Some of you may have already registered, and you may see charges on your account right now. Those are not due right now. They are not due until January 25th, which happens to be my birthday, and I like chocolate. So, side note. So payment due date for spring is January 25th. The other real important part about this is that you can be dropped from your current spring classes for non-payment. Now, how do you keep from being dropped? There I list the things that you have to do. You can pay your balance in full. You can pay your balance, make sure it's $799 or less. You can sign up for an installment payment plan. We do have 2 different installment payment plans, a 4 and a 7 installment plan, or you can have enough financial aid to cover your balance. That will go on. So Mr. Coleman and financial aid and his folks are great about getting that aid. Your scholarships or your loans are pending, then we consider that to be kind of like an IOU, and it's going to go onto your account at some point. So we're not going to drop you if you have that pending aid. But it's important that you take care of your business prior to January 25th. Okay. I will send texts out through a rave message the evening of the 25th. You will also get plenty of emails between now and then letting you know that, hey, you potentially are going to be dropped. You can also go into BOSS and check your registration status, and it will tell you if you're good to go, if you've taken care of your financial responsibilities, or if you're at risk of being dropped. So the other thing I would love to do is just kind of point you guys to our website. There's a lot of information surrounding your account, and that is ualr.edu/bursar. And there will be more detailed information about the installment payment plans and how to access Bank Mobile. That's where refunds come through. So you need to get signed up if you think you're going to get a refund. Even if you don't think you're going to get a refund, I would recommend going and getting signed up with Bank Mobile. So if something shockingly comes up and you get money, then you'll already be signed up. Oh, I just saw chocolate over there. I was joking. You really don't have to bring me chocolate. So our website is going to be a great resource with a lot of information, and I encourage you to go there. Also, we've got folks in our office to help you. You can come by, you can call us, you can email us at that studentaccounts@ualr.edu, and we'll try to help you in any way we can. So I'm open for questions.
Okay, does anybody have any questions for Amy? We've got about 10 minutes left. So any questions that y'all have about advising, about financial aid, about student accounts, let us know. This is your opportunity to get these taken care of. And again, we are open as a university through the 21st of December. We do have, I guess, 11 days. Is that right? No, I can't count. 9 days where the university is closed for holiday break. And then we're back on January 4th, and we'll have people on campus answering emails, answering phones, making sure that you all have what you need to get started for classes on January 19th. Rachel, that's a good question. And that is final date to have a final transcript for transfer students. Let me write that down. Let me yell that at the folks behind me for real quick. Dr. DeVilbiss, there is a quick question here that you can answer. It says, can I register for classes as a transfer student while she's waiting on her final transcript to come in from her transfer institution?
So I'll say yes, but. So yeah, while we're waiting for those transcripts, you can still be advised and get registered for classes. However, if there are classes that you're trying to register for that have a class that you're currently in, or just is something that we haven't received a transcript for, so maybe you took it last semester, but we still don't have that transcript, and you need to have a passing grade in that class before you can take a class that you're trying to sign up for, you will need to wait to register for that class. So you could still register for classes that you already meet the prerequisites or they don't have any prerequisites for them. But if you're waiting on a certain grade in a certain class, then we're going to need to see that transcript first. So if that is the case, you want to make sure that you get that transcript over to us just as soon as possible. A lot of schools will have the option where you can order that transcript now and put the note on it to send once grades are final. And then theoretically, they'll send it just as soon as grades are final. So check with your current institution to see if that's an option, because if it is, that's a great option to participate in. But so yes, you can be advised and registered, but there might be some classes that you have to wait to get into.
And Dr. DeVilbiss, how long do they have to modify their schedule?
So really we have so for classes that last the entire spring semester, we have that first full week of classes to make changes. So, you still have, you can get advised with us right now. Then after break, we still have a couple weeks before classes start. But even that first week of classes, you can still make changes. And it's possible to make some changes after that. But it is difficult and there have to be special circumstances. And the reason for that is a lot of good information is covered during that first week of class. And if you miss that, you start to get behind in a way that's hard to catch up later, especially when you're taking multiple classes. And we know with COVID, people have a lot of extra demands on their time. So we want to make sure that you're able to really focus on the class from beginning to end. But really through that first week of classes, people can still make changes to those schedules.
Emily, can I follow up with something about?
Absolutely, please.
Okay, because I think this is important as well. As you register for classes and maybe drop classes, you may see on your bill or your statement or in your student account that you were charged for it. At UA Little Rock, when you register for a class, the charges are going to immediately go onto your account. But then if you decide, that's not the class I need, and you drop it, you'll see a reversal. I think it is important to make sure you check the dates on our website, because there are very specific dates for when you can get an adjustment. So if you can drop a class anytime really during the semester up until a final deadline. And that's usually, in October for fall. I'm not sure what the final drop date is for spring. I think it's usually probably in April sometime, but that doesn't mean that you will get an adjustment to your student account. So it's important to know that the first week of classes, so up until January 25th, you can drop any class with 100% refund. And I don't want to call it a refund. I want to call it an adjustment, because it's an adjustment to your account. Okay. A refund is when we're going to actually send money to you. Then for other parts of term, there may be, there's an additional half a week, few days that you might get 50% adjustment. So I just want you to please be aware, contact my office, come see us. If you're about to drop a class, you always want to talk to your advisor before you go willy-nilly and drop classes, but please also remember that there's a financial responsibility. And if you're past that adjustment period and you drop a class because you're trying to save a grade, there's a very good chance that you're still going to be responsible for paying for that class. So just wanted to throw that out there as well, because a lot of people get confused thinking that they can drop a class at any time and get an adjustment for it.
Amy, I think that's a good point that you make, that if you're thinking about dropping a class, if you're thinking about making adjustments to your schedule, there's nothing wrong with talking to all three: student accounts, financial aid, and academic advising, just so you have a full understanding of what's about to happen and how that impacts future semesters, how that impacts your financial aid, your student accounts, because we've seen so many times students who have done this and then they've come back and said, oh, I didn't realize. We want you to ask us questions. We want you to be inquisitive. We want you to know that we're here to support you. We want to give you all of the information in your toolbox so you're making the best decisions. And so that's where we've got about 4 minutes left. And so as we're looking at starting, that first week of classes, Dr. DeVilbiss, I'm going to put you on the hot spot for just a second. What is the biggest piece of advice that you would give new students going into that first week of classes, meeting their faculty members, coming on campus? I'm going to say that with quotations, meaning virtually, meaning, asynchronously, meaning physically coming on campus. What piece of advice would you give? And then I'm going to bounce that to my other two colleagues here, Mr. Coleman and Ms. Spretz, and then we will wrap up our session and move on with orientation.
All right, so I'd say a few things. The first one is attend those classes. So I know sometimes it can be easy to think like, well, we're just going to be going over the syllabus on the first day. Do I really need to go to that class? Yes, you do. They're going to go over a lot of nuances in the syllabus. They're going to basically lay out their expectations for you in the class. So it's really important that you hear the tone that they're setting, what they're asking of you, so you know really what you need to do to be successful in that class. So thing one is go to class. Thing two is read the syllabus for each of your classes. There are due dates in there. There are policies in there. There's information that you need to know about how to do your assignments effectively. Make sure that you have read those and that you have added those due dates into your planner, your calendar, whatever you're using to stay organized. And then the third thing I would say is ask questions. So if after going to those classes, if after reading through each course syllabus, you have any questions, make sure that you're reaching out to your instructor, your academic advisor, a mentor, anybody that you have with those questions so that you can get those answered and make sure you know how to move forward effectively. That is what I would say.
Perfect. Amy, I'll bounce to you next.
For me, absolutely keep that January 25th deadline in mind. We don't want you to get dropped from your classes. It can be a nightmare for you and for a lot of people to get back into your classes. It is possible, but there's a lot of people involved, and it could take up to 2 weeks to get you back in that class, and you might have missed a lot of things. So January 25th, keep that in mind. And then also keep in mind, how do I keep from getting dropped from those classes? Financial aid. So it's going to be real important to be in contact with financial aid's office. Also in your boss to look at your financial aid page to make sure that you've done everything that you need to do. You can sign up for an installment plan. Those will be available starting December 14th. So right now you can't set up a payment plan, but you can starting the 14th. Get your balance down to $7.99. We will not drop you if your balance is $7.99, or you can go ahead and pay in full, which I would appreciate. But yeah, so January 25th, that's really, I want to really, there's no way to reiterate that enough, is that's the date for student accounts that you want to take care of everything. And come see us or call us or email us if you have any questions.
Perfect. Thanks, Amy. Okay, Mr. Coleman, close us out, please, sir.
All right. For check boss in your financial aid checklist. It's all there. You can see how much aid you have estimated. Compare that to what you're going to owe. Do you have more than $800 or more that you need to figure out how to pay so you don't get deleted from your classes? Make sure you get all of that done. I would say get it done before classes start. We're here for a few weeks before classes start. Call us, email us, come see us, request a virtual meeting. We will help you through the entire process. Make sure you know exactly what documents we need. If you're selected for verification on FAFSA, we can help you through that process. We can walk you through what you need to do for transfer students. If you received federal aid at a school in the fall, we can help you go through the process to get that aid moved from that school to UA Little Rock. And it's really, really important that you get that done, I would say, before classes even start.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Dr. DeVilbiss, Ms. Fretz, Mr. Coleman. We appreciate you taking busy time out of your day. I think what we want to leave you with is that we're here to help you. Again, I cannot say enough. Please feel free to call. Please feel free to email. Please feel free to come and visit us up until the 21st. And then again, starting January 4th, we're happy to make sure that you've got everything settled and ready for the spring semester. So with that, I'm going to pass it off. Everybody just kind of stay put. I'm going to pass it off to my colleague, Jen McDaniel, and she is going to get us started with the next part of orientation.
Hello. We are very loud right now, but we just corrected that. Hello, thank you for coming to orientation. My name's Jen, and I'm the coordinator of orientation and transition, which AKA is just a fancy way of saying I can help you navigate through your first few weeks and months of school. So we are here to help, and that's what orientation is all about. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that link in the chats that says the ualr.edu/new student spring orientation schedule. I want to make sure that you have all the right links, all the right information, and that will lead you to anything we talk about today with their information, contacts, emails, future links, so anything you need to know. Now, at this point, we want to show you a quick video about campus. This was made by one of our orientation leaders, and it really just encompasses our vibe as a student body. So please enjoy, and when we get back, we'll go into our campus culture tour from the orientation leaders. Brief pause while I share my screen. Please enjoy. Jen, you want to move over here? So you're not on the Wi-Fi? I think I'm having some technical issues. Are y'all hearing that sound? No, okay, did not think so. Give me just 1 second. All right, so Emily's got my back here. She's going to play our video for us. And again, it's just a good way to get to know our campus a little bit. In case you're curious, the picture behind me is our Skyway, which connects the Student Services Building and the Donaghy Student Services Building. And those are the two main things that you're going to need for campus. Enjoy your video.
Paparazzi sounding fake. Nike.
Okay, sorry about the technical issues, but you can certainly go and look at the video yourself at any time. So up next, I want to pass it off to our amazing orientation leaders. So orientation leaders are the people who normally in a real life orientation would guide you through the day. So they're the ones who are actually going to tell you about the culture of campus, tell you where to go eat, what's the best restaurant on campus, where do you go and study, what are the cool spots that you just need to know. So at this point, I'm going to pass it off to our wonderful orientation leaders, and they're going to tell you a little bit about campus culture.
Hi, everybody. Hi. I'm Maggie. I'm an orientation leader, and then this is Kayla. You saw her earlier. I'm back again. And so we're at the Ask desk right now, and so this was where we left you before, and we're just going to walk around campus a little bit and see like the library and different places you can eat.
All right, so our first stop is going to be the library. And once you walk out of the SSC and you come this way, there's multiple sets of stairs. On this side, there is the DSC, which is where all the food is. And then straight ahead is the Ottenheimer Library, which is where our first stop is going to be.
You already said that SubConnect was your favorite place to eat on campus.
Yeah, SubConnect is my personal favorite, but inside here in the DSC is the bistro, Trace, and the cafeteria.
Yeah, and so when you go to bistro over here, I like to get the mozzarella sticks and also get pizza.
Definitely. And at Trace, they have rice bowls, tacos, burritos, stuff like that.
Quesadillas. cheese dip. We got the library over here. And we're gonna talk about how like you study on the first and second floor. It's an open area and you can do group study.
And so they also have private study rooms, which currently only one person is allowed in the private study rooms. But I personally like to go in there to study by myself. It's really nice. They have windows. You can look
You
outside.
get a marker board. There's a computer in the private study rooms too.
And there are also computers outside in the first floor, which you have access to.
And free printing.
And free printing. So there's an app that you can download in order to print. I think you get $10 a semester for free printing. So that should last you the entire semester.
And then the library also has course textbook reserves. And so if you're not able to find one of your textbooks, you can go there and check it out. It stays in the library with you, and different books, you can get it for 2 or 3 hours at a time. And that way, if you couldn't find a textbook for the first couple weeks, you could use the course reserve.
On the second floor, there are also study nooks with TVs, and the library lets you rent out HDMI cords so you can hook your laptop up to the TV. If you're doing some sort of group study or whatever, you have access to stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and move on and go to the writing center.
So the writing center is over here in this building, and you can either take your essay to them, or since we're doing a lot virtually, you can send them your essay online. Help you write all the things. And so a lot of your professors will recommend to you to use the writing center.
And it's a really good resource, especially if you're a freshman and you haven't written a lot of college essays. They're going to be super helpful with you about that.
So this is the Chi Omega courtyard. There's bricks in the middle, and if you're an alum, you can get a brick with your name on it. And so that's something that I look forward to doing in 2 years. You've got science buildings closest to us over here. We are headed towards the fountain and Starbucks right now. This is a campus, something we're really proud of.
Currently, it's not turned on because it usually gets turned off in the winter time so it doesn't freeze. But during the spring and summer months, it's really pretty and really nice to sit out here and like relax and take a breather before your classes.
And there is a Snapchat filter that has the fountain on it, and so I use that one. And on the first day of class, what is out here with a chalkboard, and you can hold a chalkboard that says first day of class, and that's just something that I think all of us have. We've all done it.
And then moving on from the fountain is the newest addition to campus and the best in my opinion, Starbucks. And so you eat a snack, and then when you go inside, there are our awesome Sodexo workers that take your order and get everything handled for you.
And so you can use Starbucks as part of your meal plan. You have like actual meals on your plan, and then you also have flex dollars. And so you can use those flex dollars here. You can buy pre-made, like the coffee roast. You can get cups, all the Starbucks things, just like the normal Starbucks.
Yeah.
I know I have spent hours out here.
Yeah, whenever you have the time, it's nice to sit down. They have comfy chairs, and it's just a nice environment, especially when it's a nice day outside. And it's a great way to stay socially distanced while also getting your human interaction for the day, which is very important.
Yeah. Let's see. What is your favorite like culture thing about us? What makes us us? I'm gonna think about that too, because I just threw a question.
I think a good like part of our campus culture is just being able to stay connected. And right now, you know, it's a little bit difficult to stay connected to people during COVID-19, but there are a lot of different ways that campus is helping us stay connected. And the Zoom orientation is one of them.
Exactly.
So you get to see us, you get to know who we are, and hopefully, you know, if you come to the Ask Desk or if you're around and you see us, you say
Follow us
hi.
on Instagram at UALRG students.
What's your
culture-
favorite thing?
Let's see. I like just the feel. Like that's why I came here. All the professors here, all the staff here want to see you be successful, and I think part of our like culture is helping each other.
Having a
And
good
so-
support system is definitely
Yeah.
a big part of our culture. Because I know coming into UA Little Rock, I didn't have the biggest support system, but once I got here,
Everyone
gained
wants to see you do well. Yeah.
success is the biggest part of being here.
Yeah.
So
So-
hopefully you'll be successful, we'll be successful, and your peers and your professors want to help you reach that.
So it was nice to meet you guys and show you a little bit of campus. We're gonna toss it back to Jen, Leah, and Emily.
Okay, awesome job. Thank you so much, ladies. I think this is a really important part of orientation because I know nobody wants to just sit and listen to us professionals talk. They want to meet students. They want to see what student campus culture is like. So thank you so much for doing that, ladies. Okay, so up next, we are going to invite you to meet with your academic college representative. So at this point, you get to choose your own adventure. If you haven't already, please go open up that spring schedule. You can find it at ualr.edu/new students. And then there's a link right on the main page that says spring orientation, and it has a picture of spring orientation. It's also in the chats, so you can have that as well. But also included in the chats is the individual meeting links for each session. This is the tricky part of orientation. For the remainder of the session, we're going to have individual Zoom links. So it's very, very important for you to bring up that spring orientation schedule so that you'll have all of the links that you need. Now at 12 noon, we will have our academic college sessions. They'll last 30 minutes, and especially in such a small group like this, you can ask really individual questions, get to know your support system, and make sure that you have your schedule, you know where to find it, and you have the books that you may or may not need for your classes. Now, after that 30-minute session, at 12:30 on the dot, we'll have our breakout sessions as well. The breakout sessions are going to be a little bit more of the culture of campus. So one of them is going to be getting involved on campus. You'll hear from our Student Experience Center and Multicultural Center. And then another one is staying mentally and physically well. You'll hear from our Fitness Center as well as our Counseling Services Center. We do have free services for students in both mental and physical capacity, so definitely check them out. And then a third one is being successful in online classes, especially if you've never taken online classes before. It's super important that you know how to do it. I took online classes when I was in grad school, and it was a lot different, but I preferred it because it gave me the schedule that I wanted. I was able to do my work whenever I was ready. I was able to put it away when I needed to. And I was also able to email my professor at any time and kind of have a casual chat session with them if I had questions. The last session is defining student success. So we're going to tell you a little bit of tips and tricks on how to be a successful student. Now, again, you'll choose whichever one you want. Do keep in mind that the breakout sessions that start at 12:30 are only 15 minutes. So you can actually attend two at once. So you can go to the first 15 minutes and then the second 15 minutes, choose a different one. Again, all of these links are at the spring orientation schedule. So if you get lost, please let us know. We'd be happy to guide you back in. But by 1 p.m., please log back into this session. So it will be linked on the orientation schedule, but you can always find it on that main page. Come back here at 1, we'll finish up, and then we have a new student chat, which is led by our orientation leaders you just met. And it's just a really casual way to meet some new people, just have a conversation, especially like the ladies already said in COVID. This is probably one of the most public and talkative times that I've had in months. So it's kind of nice just to see some new faces, and I hope that you feel the same way. Okay, so at this point, we do want you to go ahead and log into your individual academic college sessions. You can find those links on the spring orientation schedule or at the links in the chat. So go ahead and log into those, and we'll see you back here at 1 p.m. Thank you for coming. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Other than that, we'll see you at the individual breakout sessions.
Again, those links are in the chat, but if you have any questions, let us know. If you are CBHHS, that link is in there. If you are part of the Chase Academic College, that link is in there. If you are going to DSTEM, College of Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, that is linked in there. And if you don't know, if you're not sure yet, there's an undecided major link as well. But again, this is the time for you to go ahead and click those links and get to know your academic college representatives. And just one last gentle reminder, if you are still on the call, this is the time where we'll meet with our academic colleges. You can click the direct links, or you can go to the main schedule, which is linked in the chat. So it's the most recent link. If you have any questions about how to get there, let us know, but we will see you again at 1 p.m. Thanks again for joining us. And just so you know, our next step is to meet those academic college sessions. So you can go ahead and click the link in those chats right now. If you have any questions, just let us know.